Testing. Well, not testing. I am going to do a quick demo. I tried to do this before, and it sounded like my voice was going through a fan, and then on the other side, it sounded even worse. Um, Somebody asked me to do a quick demo or a video on how to. I talked on Torch Talk live feed this last week about how I take my exotic colors and even a lot of other colors and layer them over clear and then layer clear over that to get the results that I do from the glass that I have. I live off a fringe of a shoestring budget when I do my glass blowing, so I try to make everything last to the best of its abilities. First, I take an exotic, and you usually can find the exotics by just heating up one end or whatever, and as it strikes, it leaves a metallic shine hue. And for demo purposes, I'm only going to do like about an inch, inch and a half. And this is what I do is I layer it over, right now I'm layering it over 8 millimeter. I got a whole case of shot 8 millimeter for a good price, so I'm using it. And again, I take the green exotic or whatever color you want to stretch out a little bit and layer it over clear like so, line for line. And then once I've layered it once, I do one of two things. Sometimes I come behind it right quick and stretch and swirl all the colors together. But one of the first things I do is I heat up the bottom there a little bit and seal where I just pulled off all those little nubs so it won't have a chance of cracking fairly quickly. Now, I then take another 8 mil rod. Now, one way I do this is that I can heat up the whole little bit that I've done and twist it as is and then stretch it out a little bit and layer it. And another way I do it is right now what I'm doing is I'll layer the clear right over it, like so. And now I'll go all the way around it again. You're saying, where does all those swirls of color come from? Well, you'll see that in a minute. I get a little twisty on these things. I swirl it in and then stretch it out into a rod. Um, and again, if you think about how much you are saving, and the clear over the color lenses the color, and it doesn't really dilute the color, as you will see. With this, you can make anything that you want green. With this, you can, like you saw me do the seahorse. I will be doing a lot of demonstrations if this works out well. First of all, I twist it. I start at the top over here and work my way down to the side that I just did all the pull off and those little nubby thingies. And I keep twisting, even a little after that perspective place. Now, this is where practice and persistence comes in. I will now stretch it out into a rod or a cane or whatever you want to call it to be used later. And I usually stretch it nice and even. You're looking for the consistency of taffy. And there you go. The green exotic. And you can see the swirls of color. You may not be able to see the swirls of color because the lens I have over is a prescription lens didymium, but it works so that you can see what's happening more in the flame than it was before. Um, and there you have it. One stretched out rod. This is my Christmas present. Well, it's the first one on Christmas Day. And have a good day, and may you learn something from it.